Hi, welcome to my very first YouTube video. And if you are looking for a build that can defeat the Spring Boss level 20 in Torchlight Infinite SS12, here's the video. So in this season SS11, I already defeated Spring level 20, 3-star, and I will not explain the detail how this character work. I will explain in the next video, but I'm just going to give you a brief idea how is the upcoming nerfs and the upcoming potential ability you can get to make up the nerfs or even get better in the next season. So the first we have been nerfed for this character is the hero trait here for this one, and I don't know if you can see the English patch note because I can't. So here's the Chinese version, but I'll explain in English. So the trait here, the frostbite effect was nerfed from 110 to 55 on level 3, and you get 10% more cold damage. So it will roughly like you need 50% more to make up the nerf. You need 50% more on this, 50% more. So, and then the second nerf on this build is the body armor. So this is from 60% to 40%. That is like you need like 7%. You will need 7% more damage to make up the body armor nerf. 7%. And then the huge one is the helmet. The helmet, you could have get 25 to 35% additional damage on critical strike for each activate tango. It changed to for each activate tango, you get 100 to 120 spell critical. This is the base value critical, not the percentage. And also 12 to 15% more for each activate tango. That is huge nerf, and for this build right now, we had only 3 activate for a single target, right? So it's like 1.45 if we hit, we get a 50%. And in this season we can get like roughly 100, right? 33 for 3, so 2 divided by this, you'll need 78% more damages to make up the helmet nerf. And also the helmet, the unlucky critical strike is changed to the enemy around you must critical. So that's a very huge defensive challenge, because I think the enemy critical damage will be like 150%. So it's like taking 50% more damage from enemy around you. That is huge, but while playing Tango, we can just don't go in this area. Like, just don't get close. Then that will be fine for the like first day, I think. So for all these 3 nerfs, that's all, just 3. And we need 38% for the helmet, and 50% for the trait, and 7% for the body armor, which is like 70%. We need to find a 70% more, right? So how can we find 70% more in next season? So the first thing I'm going to say is that right now my build is built around Focus Blessing, but next season I think Wing of Light will be very fit, and I will explain it later. Just remember the Wing of Light effect. You will get, like, this is slightly nerfed, like 20% I would say. You can stack up to 6 times for every control effect. So from this, the goal is to replace the Focus Blessing. And why is I found that right now I do have 10 Focus Blessing, but actually I would say except for the glove, 8 is enough. 8 blessing is enough for all the, like, this overload is stake up to 8, and this one stake up to 8. All the other Focus Blessing things just stake up to 8. So 10 is like a little bit too much, and I got 2 from my ring. So if we change the glove into Wing of Light or a Vorax version, like, just for example, like this one, Wings of Light on it, we can have roughly the same damage from this glove, and we don't need to stake any Focus Blessing, which means we can change our ring, this mod, into armor damage penetration. And if you don't know, the pinnacle boss, the sprint boss, I would say they have 60% effect for the same, like you have 60% non-physical damage reduction. So if you change all these 2 into Focus Blessing into armor penetration, like 20%, you make it to T0, then the enemy would originally take 60% reduction, which means you only did 0.4, right? The 0.4 of your original damage, and you penetrate 40 for 2 rings, which means you doubled your damage. And this just make up the 70% more, right? 2 is greater than 0.7 more. This one itself, it just make up the whole problem. And then secondary, my build this season right now did not use any undetermined fate, so we can still manage the undetermined fate for, like, maybe the defensive problems or other things that is flexible. And also for the new stuff in next season, I think you need to watch the the reveal to know what I'm exactly saying, but I'm just going to walk through two special ability from this will be on your memory. So the list two I'm going to mention, you can only have one of them. And the first one I'm going to mention is, I think will be not that rare. I think will be relatively easy to get. So this ability is that you can have a new slot for memory for your this basic ability, and in trade-off the value on the memory, like for example the intelligence, the armor percentage, the projectile speed will decreased by 30% to 35%, and that doesn't matter. Just let's see if you have a red memory like this one, it will give you a +3 level, right? It will make you level 3, the base ability level 3. So from original 20% more to 32% more, that is 10% more. 10% more just from a random red memory on your basic ability. And then like you get 30% less, right? So let's say just 70 intelligence, and right now this character only has 300, so adding another 70% or 70 is like 20% more. It's like 20% more. And then if you have a good memory, like if you get like crit damages like 60%, then it will be like 40% after the 30% penalty, right? It will be 40% for T0. So if I get 40%, that's 80%, right? 80% is almost 20% more, right? So another 20% more. That is 58% more. That almost make up the nerfs I just mentioned for next season, and not including the Vorac's glove change, right? So I would say in next season, this character is still very potential to defeat Spring Boss very easily. And then I'm going to explain the detail for this scroll. So before that, this will be explained with the other one ability for next season. That is, I think this one will be very rare. So you can see a lot of here that every hero will get one or two special ability from the memory, and it's exclusive from all this. This one mentioned like a new slot is exclusive. You can get only one of them. So for our hero here, the special ability is you can get extra frostbite for every control special status like ignite or a curse, every one of them will give you 50% more, 50 point extra frostbite up to 500. So you up to 10 times, right? You can get 10 from this, but you get 50% less frostbite effect. So what happens if we have that ability? We get frostbite, freeze, and 2 curse. That's 4, right? That's 4. So that will give you 200 extra frostbite, and that just make up the 50% less. So if you can get 10 of them, like, it's not that hard. It's not that hard. We have this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 right now, right? 6. We have 6 right now. We already have 6 right now. And so we have to find 4 more. And that's why I mentioned this one, Wind of Light. Because if you have crowd control, that's overlapping with the ability I mentioned. So how do we get 4 more control? We can just change this one, since we don't need Focus Blessing, into Warlock. And from the passive itself, we can get Paralyze, we can get Slow, we can get Blind, and also for the key point, we can get Dirty Tricks. Like Alignment, if we can manage to get 1 more, we already have Frostbite Freeze. If we manage to get 1 more, like Trauma or Wield, something maybe from the Spirit, I don't know, maybe from that, then we can get a 36% more. Here we can get only 30% from 10 Focus Blessing. But from here, if we can get 24% more for we don't need to do anything more just to get 24%. And if you can manage to get more of them, it's multiplied, so it will be huge for Dirty Tricks. And for the control status, we can already get 3 here on the passive itself. We just need to get 1 more from the statue. Like, you just change the Focus Blessing things into the control status. Then we can get 10, right? We can get 10 of them. So if we get 10 of them, we get extra 500. And our original 200 and 50% less effect. That means we get equivalently 75% more just from one memory ability. And so this is so good that there's so many options that I can still stake up to the current character, this character, in next season. So I would say it's very good. And at the end, I have to mention one more thing, that for the next season sprint boss, that we have 3 target for level 20, right? We get 3 target. What that means? Our build right now only doing single target on the sprint boss, right? But Icelands can jump. So if we do a very quick math, like right now, this version, if we do single target, it's like equivalency 70 times for 1 cast. I mean, if I'm not tangling, right? This is 1. 1 means I shot 1 lens. And with tangle and all the same setup on my character, on single target this version, we can get 70 times more damage. And for the next season, it's 3 target. So if we get 6 activated tangle, right? And the helmet is nerfed, so we activate 6 of them. So it's 90% more. And we get 2 jumps right now because we have to bounce to the ground and then bounce back. So that's 2. That's 2 jump. And if that's for next season, if we can jump 2 times onto all 3 targets, right? 2 jump, we can get 3 targets get hit by 1 tangle activate. Then it's 34. It's almost twice. So in next season, the skill itself is so good for the sprint boss level 20, I would say. So I will start with this character, and how this character, how this build work. I probably going to make a new video about it and trying to give a detailed plan about day 1, day 2. How do you level your characters in next video? But next video is not guaranteed. Thank you for your watching.